Aloha, you're watching F5 On Demand. I'm Peter Silva. We're here in Barcelona at Mobile World Congress, Hall 5, booth G11. If you're at the show, come on by and see us. And I'm fortunate to have Senior Technical Marketing Manager Frank Yu again. Good to see you again, Frank.
Hey, Pete, it's great to see you too.
So we were just talking about with this whole thing, you know, we're at Mobile World Congress. Mobility is driving this connectivity of not only our mobile devices and things. And I'm curious, actually, I'm pretty sure that all of these additional devices is generating a whole ton of traffic coming into a service provider's network, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and it's creating a lot of congestion on the network because the wireless access is really a bottleneck for the traffic. So we need to find a way to properly manage and be able to deliver that traffic efficiently to subscribers so they have a good quality of experience.
Now, in the enterprise world, they often deploy technologies like TCP optimization, and they use that for things like, obviously, quicker delivery of applications to end users, a data center replication on the back end, solving those sorts of challenges. Do service providers have unique challenges over and above the enterprise?
Absolutely. This is a big problem with the service providers because number one, the protocol TCP was developed in the late 70s, early 80s, and it's not really designed for today's networks and the way the networks are modeled. And the second thing is that the service providers use optimization technologies today, like video optimization, transparent caching to improve delivery. But the biggest issue is that when you go to encrypted traffic and the amount of encrypted traffic is increasing dramatically as people are concerned about privacy. We have HTTP 2.0/Speedy, which is in development that provides encryption. Right. And those other technologies cannot be optimized using those solutions because you can't look into the payload to be able to do anything.
And most of the time, those solutions are just one-offs anyway. It's a single solution to fix this, single solution to fix that, single solution to fix this. So tell us a little bit about what F5 does for service providers in terms of this sort of optimization.
So what F5 is doing for the service providers is really looking at the TCP protocol with TCP optimization. And we know about 95% of the traffic on the internet is TCP, so we can really optimize a large part of their network traffic. And what we're doing is we're looking at placing a solution like F5 solution within the network. In the mobile network, we call it the SGI LAN.
Oh, okay.
The SGI network. And we want to put that there and then manage that TCP connection, where we can manage the internet side of the traffic, where it's high speed, low latency, nice efficient network. And then you have the radio side or the access side for the subscriber where you have the wireless network. It's slow, high latency, there's packet loss, so there's different profiles for how that traffic transverses. And by sitting in between those two parts of the network, we can now manage the TCP protocol separately and independently to manage it to make it most efficient.
I was going to ask you then, and you were mentioning earlier SSL and encryption. So are you talking about terminating the SSL on our device and then being able to decrypt and manage that traffic, or something different?
Absolutely not. Our goal with TCP optimization is really to look at the network layer. Okay. We don't have to look at the content. We don't want to decrypt because the service providers have concerns about privacy and terminating the SSL connection with certificates and everything else, and there's a huge issue with that. So by only looking at the TCP network layer, we can still optimize, because what we do is we take that TCP protocol, we leverage the enhancements in the RFCs and the IETF standards to be able to improve the performance of TCP as it's developed over the years, as well as provide proprietary algorithms for latency, bandwidth control, for dealing with the packet loss, to be able to really make that TCP connection more efficient and still deliver a nice quality experience for the subscribers. And
then we also check things like round trip time, I imagine, too, don't we?
Absolutely. Round trip time is a model latency. There's jitter, which is the variancy within the latency. And another big thing is what we call buffer bloat, where you have buffers on these devices that are terminating TCP connections, and the problem is that with the slow connection on one side and the fast connection on the other side, you have this bottleneck and these buffers slowly fill up. As they fill up, that latency increases and the performance degrades, and then the person loses their connection eventually. So by managing those buffers so that they never fill and overfill, we can make that connection more efficient as well.
And so for the service provider, obviously happier customers than on the onset. And I also imagine for them, it helps them manage bandwidth much more efficiently, doesn't it?
Absolutely. They can leverage the bandwidth more efficiently by really utilizing bandwidth for what we call good put, which is the traffic that is used for the subscriber. If I go on my phone and try to watch a YouTube video or some other type of content, often it pauses or fails in the middle. And what am I going to do? I'm going to hit my refresh button on my phone and try to download it again. It fails, and all that traffic that was passing during that time is bad put. Is worthless traffic. So we want to make the traffic more efficient and make it useful so we can really leverage the bandwidth and capabilities in those congested networks. And we've seen, for example, within service provider networks, upwards of about 120% improvement in terms of the efficiency for the content delivery to the subscribers.
Holy wow, 120%, that's amazing.
It is incredible, and when you think that service providers are spending billions of dollars on the networks, and they're willing to spend millions just to get little percentage increases of their network efficiency, this is a huge benefit at minimal cost.
So a lot of times we talk about, for many years, Frank, we've talked about, we've kind of, I guess maybe, I don't want to say tailored our message, but spoken to enterprises and spoken to service providers, and now really, we're really speaking to all of the consumers out there, since all of this mobile technology really is the consumer driven. You, me, Michelle behind the camera help making not only our personal lives to some extent, but also as we're working on the go, those lives a lot easier and more efficient and much happier, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you look at it, all our technologies that we sell to the enterprises and to the service providers, whether they're unique or they share a commonality like TCP optimization, it's all about delivering a high quality experience to their end users, whether it's the employee or the consumer like you and me. So we want to make that traffic more efficient for delivery. When the consumers are happy, the end users are happy, the company is happy, and everybody wins.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Frank. It's always fun talking to you, particularly from your point of view on the service provider side, and really talking about all of us here and how we ourselves connect to the internet with our mobile devices and just making it a lot more efficient, faster, and fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Frank.
Thank you, Peter.
So my good buddy, Frank, hey, your second video this week, I appreciate it. Michelle again behind the lens. Thank you, Michelle. I'm Peter, and we're with F5 Networks. Thanks for watching.